Ladies and gentlemen, Kei Kim here. Welcome to the Daily Update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is pretty much flat there on the S&P, Nasdaq 0.17% positive. Semiconductor down a little bit, same with Dow. Russell 2000 up a little more today, 0.7%, along with the transport. Banks and energy down 1.4%. Banks down about half a percentage there. Biotech did make a move, 1% positive. Healthcare pretty much flat. Home builders up 0.6%. Utilities up 1.3%. Looks like these guys been lagging, I think, last couple weeks. But looks like these guys kind of outperform the large indices here. Some of these sectors, right? Some of the sectors, same with like something like biotech. Looks like home builders, utilities, and the emerging market. Making a move today while the S&P and Nasdaq and semis and Dow just kind of a grinding day today. Bitcoin up 1% there. Gold flat, silver up, GDX down. That's been the story for these guys last couple of weeks. They've been seeing these kind of mixed markets. Some are red, some we'll be seeing like gold red and silver up, GDX red, and today silver's up, gold is flat, and GDX red. But I think overall gold is holding up better than the minor. Silver still kind of consolidation phase. There's some signals that I see potentially they're bottoming. It needs more, so let's kind of watch a little more there. Dollar flat, oil is down or flat pretty much. We got the treasury bond slightly green but pretty much flat. VIX are down 0.2% or 2% there. Let's look at the S&P 500 ETF Spider 65-minute chart here. So this is where we closed yesterday. We gapped up here at 450, 254, a little bit of fluctuation. There was a gap here, right? That gap got not totally filled. You can see it got filled at the last hour, but on the first hour, it wasn't totally filled. And with that, first hour, second hour, third hour, and fourth hour rally. And it looks like it was a micro-term resistance here. That's a few days ago, trading sessions ago, we made that all-time high peak. That's where we saw that micro-term overhead supply. Fourth hour, fifth hour, sixth hour, a little bit of downturn there. With that, we did fill that gap that was open earlier this morning, completely got filled. And that was a level that acted as support on the last minute. There's a little bit of wick showing. So I think the biggest question is this going to be some sort of double top and crash the whole market down? No, it's not going to crash the whole market down, but it could mean something if we do see a follow through to the downside. Let's zoom out a little bit and let's figure out the overall sentiment of this market here. So we talked a lot about that 450 level yesterday. That's an important level. It still is important level. If I actually extend this resistance or pivot, right, prior resistance acting as new support, you can see we're hitting right in that vicinity. Let's do that. So we're just hitting that that level there, still above my gap area at 450. My short-term moving average currently residing at 450. It kind of moved up a little bit since yesterday's analysis. You can see here, I think it was residing at 449 yesterday. Now it moved up to 450, really guarding the gap area. Keep in mind, this gap still open, so that means that level is still going to act as support. So we have that rising pivot here. We're holding right on it, right on that last minute gap just got filled. We're still above that 450 gap area. We're still above my short-term moving average. That little double top isn't gonna do much unless if we do see a gap down, probably gapping it down below 449.50. If we can see that kind of gap down, turn this into a double top, island top reversal, I think we will see 446, even maybe 445 if we do see something like that. If not, if we start to fizzle here, maybe come down to, 450 to retest, and then, you know what I mean? If this thing comes down, fill this gap, it's going to act as support. You can see my short-term moving average in that vicinity. So we want to continue to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers, despite the fact that there's a little bit, weakness last 2 hours. Even if we see a weakness going into tomorrow because of this support area, 450-ish area, I think the best bet for the bears, gapping it down, turned it into an island top to see 447 or so, or maybe even 445. You can see the oscillator seeing a little bit of whipsawing action. At one point, this thing did look like it was fully stretching to the upside and cross right on that that support area. Let's kind of investigate what this area. You can keep in mind though, this area looked like there's some sort of a whipsawing action here, and that's kind of what we are seeing. We might be seeing some sort of mimicking action, but let's zoom out and see what this was. You can see sideways move above my short-term moving average, above my short-term moving average. Keep in mind gap area still in that vicinity. So we just like we couldn't call, you know, this price action as a double top right here. You can see it, you know, I mean, I don't know, it looks maybe similar. If I just make it more dramatic like this, they say, oh my god, this could be a double top K, right? People could have been saying something like that, right? You know, it's like, oh, that's a double top. Well, you know, that really wasn't, because we just got back up. So that's really not a double top until we see the neckline breaking. Only problem is at this point, the neckline is guarded by that rising pivot. And then we got the gap area. And then we got my short-term moving average just guarding that vicinity 450. That's the problem with this neckline, because right beneath the neckline, there's a lot of support area. So I think that, you know, that oscillator here, right on this support area, I think we're going to see a little bit of whipsawing action. So what bears I want to see maybe breaking down below it to the downside, but I think that's not going to be enough, because again, we may see continuation to the downside, because I think only way this oscillator is going to continue to move sideways before going back up is if the price, it stays around in this vicinity. But let's say price comes down, fill this gap, right? Fill this gap. You can see that 450, right? Once the gap gets filled, it's gonna act as instant support, and then my short-term moving average there, it's gonna act as pretty strong support. And at that time, the oscillators will come back down and it'll find support right here, and then gets back up. You see what I'm saying? That's why I think the best case scenario for the bears is gapping it down. You can't just try to bring it down, because we've got too many support areas and the sentiment is bullish. I'll come back and we'll re-examine. Enjoy your evening and good luck trading tomorrow.